Hello, YouTube subscribers, and hello, Facebook, and hello, Michigan Wolverines. This is Harry Bryant back again with a video. I don't know what to, I don't know what to say, man. It's just kind of like it doesn't matter what Michigan does. You always gonna have people that's gonna just simply find some reason to discredit Michigan and the way that they defeated their opponents that they play. It's fascinating how Michigan gets so much hate, so much disrespect, all because Michigan and their style of play. I heard two fools on Sirius XM Radio. I tuned into college football. They got a dedicated channel to cover college football. I was listening to the station on my way to the gym. It's this guy, and he was talking about that the reason why they put Georgia over Michigan is because Georgia has a more exciting offense. That they have a offense that is high octane, or should I say, highly explosive. But yet they talking about, and quote, they said Michigan is, quote, boring as hell. Unquote. And that's what one of the guys said on the air, dealing with the rankings. And of course, they got Georgia 1, Michigan 2. They got Texas 3, Ohio 4. Then they got, I think, Florida State 5, whatever the case. And so they went over the AP rankings. And that's one of the things that they said about Michigan. He said Michigan offense is boring as hell. They said Michigan is boring as hell. And that's why they don't want to really talk about Michigan, because Michigan is not that exciting to watch. But here's the thing about Michigan. Michigan don't give a crap about what other people think, about what the media think, or what the radio personalities think about their program. Michigan is going to play their style of football, no matter if they like it or they don't like it. Michigan is going to do what they're going to do to win the game. If you're looking, and like I said in my last video, if you're looking for a team that's exciting on offense, if you're looking for a team that's going to blow up the scoreboard, if you're going to look for a team that has the razzle-dazzle offense with the nice throwing the ball, air attack, air raid, or whatever the case, if you're looking for something that is going to get you excited on offense with all the passing and all that stuff, then I'll tell you right now, you better stop watching Michigan football. If you want to watch something that's high octane, high explosive on offense, then do not watch Michigan football, because Michigan is not one of those teams that's going to give you excitement when it comes to blowing up the scoreboard, doing all that razzle-dazzle, all that stuff. Michigan is not all about doing the razzle-dazzle. Michigan is about doing what they're going to do to beat their opponents and to beat their opponents convincingly. And if that includes just run the ball, ground and pound with the ball, if it works, it works. The only thing Michigan is interested in doing is winning. We don't care about style points. We don't care about trying to blow out teams by 50, 60, 70 points. Because at the end of the day, what's that going to matter to the committee when they come out with their rankings almost at the end of the season? Style points. It's not going to grant you favor with the committee. You want to know what's going to grant you favor with the committee? Is who you played and how many wins do you have on your resume for that year. That's the only thing the committee cares about. The committee do not care about style points. Oh, well, you beat this team by 30. Or you beat this team by 40. Or you beat this team by 50 points. The committee don't care about that. Michigan do not care. And Michigan is not going to change their style of play to try to cater people that don't give a crap about Michigan and never did give a crap about Michigan. Okay? Michigan is not going to change who they are. If it works, why fix something that is not broken? And the Michigan way of playing football is to run the ball, to get their defense tired, and then all of a sudden that's when Michigan is going to open up the playbook. Michigan is not going to try to razzle dazzle, to try to impress people that really don't like Michigan at all. And it doesn't matter what Michigan does. People still going to try to find a problem with Michigan. Well, Michigan don't look so good on offense. Michigan is not all that fun to watch and blah, blah, blah. Michigan don't give a crap. The only thing Michigan care about is the W. And as long as Michigan get that dub at the end of the game, and Michigan has more points than their opponent, that's all that matters to Michigan. Not all that razzle dazzle, glitter, and all that stuff. If you want to find something like that, then watch Ohio State football. Then watch Texas football. Then watch Florida State football. If you want to see all that razzle dazzle, USC. If you want to watch all that, then tune into them. Tune into Georgia. If you want to watch all that razzle dazzle stuff. But if you want to watch a team that is consistent, if you want to watch a team that is physical on both sides of the ball, if you want to see dominance on the lines, both offensive line and the defensive line, if you want to see some smash mouth football, then you watch Michigan football because they check box all those what I just listed. Michigan check mark all those boxes. So I'm done with that. So now, let me recap the game between Michigan and Nebraska. Michigan dominated Nebraska. I mean, come on now. Michigan flat out dominated Nebraska. And let's be fair, Nebraska is not good enough yet to be among the middle of the Big Ten. Even though Nebraska got their first time head coach, or not first time, but their first year head coach in Matt Rule, it's gonna take some time for Nebraska to be back the way they should in the Big Ten, and what they should have been a long time ago, to be honest with you. But it's gonna take a while for Nebraska to be back competitive again. So thus saying that, we did dominate Nebraska. So let's go over the stats. What can I say? JJ McCarthy, he did his job. He threw for 2 touchdowns. He completed 12 of his 16 attempts. 156 yards. And, of course, Michigan had a comfortable lead. They pulled out J.J. McCarthy in the middle of the third quarter. And that's when they put in Jack Tuttle. And Jack Tuttle, he didn't throw for any touchdowns. Jaden Denical, the third stringer, they put him in there. He threw for a touchdown. And that's the passing touchdowns. Now, rushing, Blake Corum scored a touchdown. Blake Corum ran for a total of 74 yards, 16 carries, 74 yards. It is what it is. I mean, it wasn't all that great, but at the same time, what Michigan was doing was that Michigan was using different running backs so they can keep treading on the tires, because they don't want to overuse one particular running back, and then all of a sudden, when it matters, like towards the last 3 games of the season, all of a sudden you got your best running back out because he's injured, because he was being overused. So I like what Jim Harbaugh and Mike Hart, the running backs coach, is doing. They're not just gonna use one running back throughout the whole entire game. They're gonna just rotate. So that's exactly what Michigan did. They put in Blake for 1 game, take Blake out, put in Dunf Edwards, let him run the next play, take him out, put in Mullings, let him run. So they was rotating different running backs, and I like the way Jim Harbaugh said to keep tread on the tires, and so I liked what he did, and that was pretty good. For them to do that, and that would minimize injuries. And also J.J. McCarthy, he ran for a touchdown, rushing. So J.J. McCarthy did good. And like I said, the defense was dominant. Nebraska couldn't do anything in the first 3 quarters, and of course Nebraska scored 7 because our second to third team They just didn't stop the guy from running, and so of course, Nebraska scored at 7 points as it was pretty much garbage time, and pretty much the game was over with, so it really didn't matter. So anyway, that's the only reason why Nebraska scored that touchdown at the end of the game, or towards the end of the game. But anyway, the final score: Michigan 45, Nebraska 7. Of course, like I said, if you're looking for an exciting team to watch offensively, if you look, like I said, if you're looking for a quarterback that's going to throw the ball every time, then you're watching the wrong team. Then watch another team if you want to watch that. But like I said, if you want to watch a complete team that plays the right way, that dominates on both lines of scrimmage, then watch Michigan. Because Michigan is doing exactly just that. And like I said again, the only thing Michigan cares about at the end of the day is winning games. Because that's the only thing that's going to matter. When the CFP comes out with their rankings, they not going to care how many points you score on your opponents. They don't use that in their determination to rank teams. You know what they use? Strength of schedule. Who did you play? How many ranked teams did you play? And then they're going to go, how many wins, how many losses did you have? And then they're going to use those to determine your rankings, or the rankings, and where you're going to land when they come out with their rankings. And that's the only thing Michigan care about, is to prevent injuries, to play the right style of football, and if it works, do not change. If it works, if it's not broken, don't fix it. But like I said again, Michigan dominated that game throughout the whole entire game. Michigan dominated Nebraska. So now next, Michigan have Minnesota, and it's going to be a night game on the road at Minnesota. And the game is going to be at 7:30. Well, the kickoff is going to be at 7:30. So Michigan has to play another road game in the hostile territory in Minnesota. And they have Michigan as a 17.5-point favorite. And I really think that Michigan is able to cover the spread. And so I think Michigan is going to cover. But other than that, Michigan is 5-0. And let's see, can Michigan be 6-0? With 2 more games they have to play before they finally get their bye week. So until then, thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you like my channel, if you like my content, hit the notification bell and you will get fresh content. And the way I do my videos, I do them unscripted. I mean, there's no script. I don't try to follow a script or anything. I just talk off the top of my head. Whatever comes from my head, I speak. Even if it's incorrect, I will do the best I can to make sure it's accurate. But normally, all of my stuff, what I say, what I speak, is normally unscripted. And so, it is what it is, and that's how I feel. And so that's my recap over the game. And I think Michigan is going to going to do what they're gonna do to win, and do what they gotta do to become on top and to be on top. Now, Georgia, like I said, Georgia, they still rank number 1 in AP, even though they used to have 55 votes, first place votes. Now they're down to 35 first place votes because Georgia struggled against Auburn. And so I guess the people who does the rankings saw that Georgia struggled against an unranked opponent. And so they still rank first, but their first place votes is practically going down. This practically is on the decline. So I don't know what to make of it as far as Georgia, but I believe Michigan is going to do what they're going to do to stay in the top 4 at least, and to do whatever they have to do to win, and to eventually make the playoffs for the 3rd straight year in a row. So until then, thank you for watching this video. And as always, go blue, Hail to the victors. Good night.